I think it's about time we finally start heading to the mountains. Hello everybody, my name is David, you can call me Zen, and welcome back to another episode of Tales of Arise. In the previous episode, we basically completed some more side quests around the world, fighting two giant Zoogles, and we finally made our way all the way back down to these mountains, where hopefully by the end of it, we'll be in Cyslodia, which means that we have complete access to the whole world. So I think that it's as good a time as any to try to navigate this probably dungeon. There's probably gonna be a big Zoogle at the end of it. Either that or I already forgot the name of the mobs. No, not the name of the mob. Like Volron or something. Or we're gonna see some new people come into play from Lenegus. Realistically, the world's kind of our oyster in that front. I also hate got it. One of the things that does make me a little sad is how much
Was that a new skill I saw
they
back
may
there?
rely
Indeed.
on. Oh,
You've noticed it, haven't you?
never mind.
Notice what?
I'm referring to Shion.
I never thought you, of all people, would come to me about her.
Yes,
She's our
well,
friend. She's your friend
What
too.
concerns me has more to do with what machinations may be currently unfolding in secret on Lenegus as we make our way along this tunnel.
And you're
I
saying
think
it's related
Shion
to
probably knows a
in
little
some
bit more
way?
than what she's letting on.
Perhaps. She believed there was a good possibility that the Renis Alma may free her from her thorns. One would think after losing the Renis Alma, she would be more dismayed, and yet she isn't. Why?
I don't think
And
she
there's also
figured that that'd be
matter
the
of
cure.
power that she inherited from.
You heard what she said. She didn't know about the Maiden's power.
Mere ignorance does not preclude her deep connection to the events unfolding around us.
Dolim has a point.
When her
It doesn't
thorns
matter.
went rampant in Castle Delpharis. I've never seen dark astral energy manifest in such a way.
I thought you said all Renans had dark astral energy inside of them.
Correct. However, what Shion exhibited was far beyond what any ordinary citizen could ever possibly possess. And let me
That's
be clear.
interesting.
I do not intend to cast doubt on Shion or her motives. Nevertheless, I cannot shake the feeling that there's more to all of this than what we currently know. Do you disagree?
Yeah, I've noticed that her thorns have been going a little bit more haywire since the entire incident with the Renis Alma. So it's kind of hard to say exactly what's going on and what we kind of need to do, knowing what's going on, you know? All right, so because we're over leveled, I actually have some justifications to skip battles, but you guys don't have to deal with that because there's the power of editing.
Together,
Okay.
that wasn't even a
Pretty good battle. Like I mentioned before, this is gonna be a lot of just kind of clearing out rooms, getting some extra loot, all this stuff. We're probably gonna end up having a lot of the different materials for all these different mobs. All right, it made more sense to also just cut out that battle too, considering that we're like going a whole alternate pathway.
I see supplies and other signs
Okay, there we go. I was like, where are they? Where are they? I knew they were here.
You got company. I can
All
feel
right,
my
so I
precision
came out all the way
improving.
over here for some gear. So what do we got in the chest for us? Sapphire One Piece. That should go on Shion if I'm not mistaken. It do. Look at those stat boosts.
Come in handy.
I'd have to say that's pretty impressive, but what's also very intriguing about this area is that just from the looks of things, there's a lot of supplies. I'm guessing, well, actually, I shouldn't say I'm guessing, but considering that a lot of Balron's men were kind of somewhat stationed here, I guess kind of makes sense that between them, like them and their Zoogles, they're basically all around here. Let's see. I want to grab this mineral first. We've been getting a lot of hex breakers. I'm not even sure what accessories hex breakers are even tied to. I think I've been underestimating how much charging my attacks have had the capacity to like do for me, to be quite honest with you guys. Because it's just kind of turning out that it'd be doing a lot of damage. I did like a couple thousand damage just to that guy a moment ago, actually.
Could
All right,
have
another
been
battle
worse.
tackled. Another boulder for Law to take down. All right, so what's over here? Gear. I'll take more gear. Buff bangle.
This might.
So that's an interesting accessory. So I was reading it as we were like kind of going along, but okay. So pretty much it's like a kill streak type of bangle, or at least that's the easiest thing that I could come up with in regards to it. Oh, are we in Cislodia now? Okay, it was just a temporary little passageway, I think.
How much do they have to steal from us to be satisfied?
What's that thing's purpose anyway? Some kind of siphon that sends the astral energy the Lords harvested to Lenegus?
Not as far as I'm aware. That said, it has become evident since the forming of the Renis Alma, as well as other recent events, that my insight may be thin.
Is
I would,
thin really a
as
good
our
word to use with it?
saying goes, take what I say with a grain of salt.
No, Halim.
At the very least, I believe we can assume that whoever is pulling the strings behind the scenes has had this in the works for quite some time.
And it just needed the Renis Alma to be formed, maybe?
Why's that?
The people on Lenegus may have plenty of resources at their disposal, but not even they could prepare something like that in a mere month. Something of that magnitude takes considerable time, as well as a predetermined goal in mind.
So is it
What was
possible
the
that
crown
they just,
contest
like I
for?
said, they were working on this while the
At this
crown
stage,
contest was kind of
I think
taking
it was but
place?
one step in the greater scheme we see unfolding before us. What that scheme is exactly, I haven't a clue. For now, I believe we should keep moving.
Okay.
The path continues. It's quite possible it will take us all the way to Cislodia.
Agreed. Let's keep moving.
You know, I do appreciate the nice little view.
So Shion's
This is this is a kind of a vibe.
Gee,
You know, with without
worried
considering
about
this
Of
going
course I
on,
am.
it's still kind of a vibe.
but I don't know how to talk to her about it.
Okay. So Red Woman and the Lightning?
Come to think of it, what happened to those 4 lights that fell from Lenegus along with the wedge?
All 4 of them scattered in different directions. It's anyone's guess where on Dana they might have landed.
I'm not entirely sure, but it seemed like those lights may have all been different elements of astral energy.
Yeah, I think that one of them was fire and the other one
So
was
even though
wind.
they're using
So
the wedge
I
to
think they might be
siphon off
going to
energy
the
from
regions
Dana,
where they're
they're shooting it
strongest.
back down to Dana as well? Why?
I don't know. It all happened so suddenly.
Hopefully it's not a sign of some new threat we'll have to deal with.
But if that red woman has anything to do with the wedge, then what could that light...
It's weird, isn't it?
Oh?
Oh, Law, you're gonna say something?
Shion and Dohalim said they'd never seen her before Pelagian.
Are you saying they're lying to us?
I don't think they are.
No, it's not that I think they're lying, just... there has to be some reason for it, right?
Well, one thing the 2 of them have in common is that they're both Renans.
Maybe Renans can't see her?
you two. Put a pin in it for now. I know that we're in the dark about a lot, but for now, let's focus on getting through these mountains.
Because
Yeah,
he mentioned that we
of
saw in
course.
Balfsas. I remember seeing them in Cislodia, like next to all the lords. So, suffice to say, it's gonna be a pretty interesting time, I would say. Just kind of in general regards to figuring out why the Red Woman, who the Red Woman. Wait, so, oh, okay, I know where we are. Okay, so the Forloan Mountains actually wasn't all that long. I'm wondering if there's gonna be a big Zoogle here, because we'll probably take that fight too.
That's what
Okay.
I'd like to hear.
I'll say another battle easily accomplished. And more hex breakers for me to take along the road. Okay, so honestly, I'm very curious about what direction the story is actually going to probably lead in. And oh, there are a lot of dudes. Those are quite a bit of dudes. But because obviously we're probably gonna end up going to Lenegus in some way, shape, or form later. And if what I've been calling the season 2 intro for the game, right? If that is any indication of what to possibly go off of, then I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a ship of some kind. And honestly, it's a kind of a Tales game staple at this point to have like an airship of some kind just kind of magically like manifest itself and appear. So I realized that I'm kind of at the point where I can take like 80% of my health, but the possibilities of being able to one-shot some of these guys is like so high. So I'm just like, but one-shotting rather than oh my goodness, Alphen's like 2 seconds away from death. You know, it's kind of like a Duality of Man type of vibe, you know?
Cold all of a sudden after we passed the peak.
Okay, so I'm guessing the Cyslodia is going to be kind of like right outside the door. So we basically, oh, a lucky pebble? Wait, can we make, I think we can actually make the item drop bangle thing now. That is exciting. Oh, yeah, you know, I couldn't take 1 extra life bottle. That is no big deal. Okay, next episode I'm gonna put Law back. Actually, no. We're gonna do that now. I felt so bad. We haven't had Law in the party in ages, but just having like the jack of the Dolly just made himself too advertisable. You know, he's been such a jack of all trades character for so long that I think, you know, it's just been nice to have somebody who can do a little bit of everything, you know? And I like that Xion also breaks the conventions of a healer, because that she has her own just flurry of offensive magic as well. But I do think that I wish Dohalim had at least one AoE healing ability. That would have actually made the section without Xion around just so much easier. But I guess the point of that was to really drive home the feeling of needing Xion in like the group. Just because there was just a lot of healing capabilities that I just didn't have anymore because she was gone. And I mean, that's fine. Because it really pushes the feeling of, okay, we really need to bring her back. Lightning Tiger Blade. I wish that was a move that we were able to like use ourselves, I guess. I'm gonna clear these 2 fights out so that you guys don't have to see it. You know, I'm happy that I have Law in now. He's been pulling his weight. He's been doing his part. Sapphire Guard. Who uses guards here? Oh, you know, maybe the one person with a whole bunch of armor. Because, you know, that would make sense. You know, things that just make sense. Okay. I think we finally made it to Cyslodia. We are finally able to, like, explore this world again, like, in full. You know how much I've wanted to go back to the Owl Forest? We can lower this bridge, probably. And then everything's gonna be connected. We could actually even probably fight that insect Zoogle today.
We made it to Cyslodia.
You know, I almost missed that cold, fresh air. Honestly, I just throw your sword at it at this point, Alphen.
It looks like we can control it from our side. Let's take a closer look.
Are you guys gonna do it in the cutscene, or am I just like gonna have to do it myself?
Are you okay, Law?
Oh, fine. Just thinking. The past is a real downer. That's why I'm focused on what's ahead of me. You?
Yeah. I'm going to stay the path. As long as we're all together, I know we'll be all right.
Same
They're
here.
they're so hopeful now. I can't help but feel happy. Okay. So we finally made it. That's just, I don't know about you guys, but I just genuinely feel like that's such a surreal moment. We've been away from this region for who knows how long at this point. Maybe like at least 4 or 5 hours worth of gameplay, it feels like. And now with this bridge lowered, we have the entire game available to us again.
Oh, good.
Okay, let's cross the bridge. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get it.
Stop! Who goes there?
My name is Alphen. We're not your enemies.
Did you say Alphen?
Yeah, blazing sword.
Slap me silly. It really is you.
Forgetting someone?
Rinwell. Oh, glad to see you're doing okay.
We've gotten a lot stronger since you've last seen us.
What are you guys doing out here?
We're patrolling the realm. Never thought I'd bump into you all on my rounds, though. Heck, enough of me, though. What's going on up in the sky? Feels like the world's gonna end.
Honestly, the world might end. We're trying to figure that one out
That's
ourselves.
what we're trying to figure out ourselves. And as it happens, got a big favor to ask.
I had an inkling that's why you'd come back. As soon as I saw you in the distance. So you beat all the lords, huh? Damn, you really must be a hero.
I feel like we fell into a trap.
So can you send anybody to help Ganeth Harros?
I think we can help out. I'll hit up the other resistance groups and rustle up some support. I doubt they'll have a problem sending people once I mention it's you who's asking.
Thanks. If you guys can help out, that'll give us a chance to do something about that wedge out in the ocean.
Yeah, I think that's something only you guys can handle. Speaking of which, that thing's out in the middle of the ocean. How do you even plan on reaching it?
Good question, actually.
We're about to go look for one.
No rest for the weary, I see. Hey, what happened to that mask you used to wear?
It's broken.
It's a long story. Let's just say I lost it.
You know what? That's probably good enough for them.
Expected to run into Bregan.
Cislodia's probably in good hands with him.
Yeah, now we can focus on finding a ship.
All right, let's see. Where do they want us to go to find a ship?
Where are we gonna find one of those? It's not the kind of thing people just leave lying around.
Especially not Renans. For an imperial power, they never have shown much interest in maritime expansion. Still, I dare say there should be the odd small vessel here and there.
All well
Maybe
and good, but that
we can
structure's
probably head back to where
slap bang in the
Almadria
middle of
was?
the ocean. A fishing boat won't cut it.
Let's just try to find one that won't sink us halfway out, yeah? Not that it needs to be a huge galley like Almadria's or anything.
Just as well, since we've passed, let's see, literally 0 huge galleys.
Law,
We have to reach that thing in the ocean. Anything that might work, I say we try it.
I thought that skit would maybe provide some initial insight on like maybe where would be a good idea to head, but it didn't. All right, so we do have a variety of things we can do now that we literally have the entire world back to us being available again. So we have some quests quite literally in every realm, so we definitely are gonna have a heck of a time catching things back up. So let's see. Let's watch this last skit.
Thanks to Bregan, it seems like Ganeth Harros should be in good hands at least.
I wonder who they'll send to look after things. It'll be someone from one of the other resistance organizations, no doubt.
They could do a whole lot worse than someone like Doc. A knowledge of medicine would go a long way there.
Wait, do you mean the old guy back in Calaglia? Ganeth Harros would be one hell of a trek from there. He'd have to get here first.
My brother's old second-in-command, Legiel, would be a perfect fit, too. Pity she'll probably still have her hands tied up with work in
So Doc's probably gonna stay in Calaglia.
Star will be the same story. They won't have the manpower as it is, let alone enough to start exporting it.
Man, everyone's still struggling to get back on their feet, huh?
Knowing Bregan, he'll probably take things into his own hands. He seems like the kind of guy who enjoys a challenge.
Okay.
Thinking back on it now, though, it does kind of make you realize just how many people we've gotten to know in each of the places we visited.
Shion has a point.
That's true. And each and every connection we forged is priceless. Anyway, we can trust Bregan to take care of things from here. Come on, let's focus on the task at hand.
I agree. But I think that task at hand is gonna have to wait at least until the next episode. So, thank you guys all so very much for watching today. This is probably gonna be a little bit on the shorter side. Just looking at all the cutscenes and everything, but cutting out all the battles, we'll probably see like a 20-minute or maybe 22. But I do appreciate every single one of you guys. If you guys can do me a favor, like, subscribe, you know, that type of vibe. Appreciate it. The algorithm would too. And I'll see you guys all in the next one, okay? You guys have a fantastic rest of your day.